Well, we are very happy with our finished product. Our slab looks awesome, thanks to Orion. And it's a week later. We've been working on some other things. We've got the septic system we're working on getting in. That's why the big tank's sitting over there. But I have some afterthoughts, I guess you always do, about what we were doing to set up for this. So right now, because what I'm trying to do is remove these 2x8s that were holding the monoslab in place, and you should be able to just pop them out of there so I can stick the styrofoam inserts back in. But I think part of the problem is that we did not space. You should probably, like, you know, here's where these things are, and then we screwed those together, and you know, they were kind of stuck in there, so it's a little more difficult to remove these 2x8s. So I would say next time we would leave some spacing in there, because I couldn't even get a crowbar down there to pry them off. And that's what I end up having to do down here at the end and kind of chip away a bit. So shouldn't have to do that. And if we had known better, you learn as you go along, but that's something we need to leave some spacing there to get these things out easier and not have to damage the styrofoam in any way. So that's one thing. And then the other thing that we had to do when we were putting in the rebar sticks here to tie into the ICF walls, the guys were putting them in. They're like, okay, we're going every 2 feet or whatever, and they came to here like, oh, we got a doorway here. Okay, Jen, what do we have here? And so the conduit for coming from the electrical was coming up right here. And I said, whoa, wait a minute, this is a double door in here. And so we had to, and it was my fault, because I'm not a professional architect by any means, or a draftsperson, and the way I drew it on the plans is it looked like I kind of drew in like a 6-foot window and then put a 3-foot door opening, because really what it is, it's a double door but only one side open. So I knew what it meant, but I think when the electrician looked at it, he saw like, oh, there's a door and I can just stick my conduit on this side, and not realizing it was coming up in the middle of a double door. So right away we're like, oh no, before the concrete hardens, what are we gonna do? And ended up having to pull that out, pull that conduit out. So he'll just have to run the wires through the rafters. But anyway, and so now that was one thing. I said, okay, I should have been paying attention more. And then the other thing I would have done is actually marked, you know, where these were going to go, because we're kind of coming out here, and that's what people are asking, like, oh, is there a door here or what? And so if I had gone along and maybe pre-marked, you know, on the forms here or something, like boom, 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 this is where the rebar goes, then it would have been more accurate to place those and to double check, because some of them, you know, we wanted them to be, you know, 3 inches off of the exterior of the slab, because this is going to be 6 inches of concrete here, right, in the center of the ICF block. And so that's why we wanted the rebar to be centered, and some of them are, you know, a little off, and so that's what I would be paying a little more particular attention to next time. So just a few thoughts there. Otherwise, we're gonna cruise right along.